Hi, it's Rob from All Aboard TV and the Disney Travel Secrets podcast. I want to welcome you to a brand new video series we're doing here on YouTube, where each week we're going to recap our latest podcast episode. We'll show you any of the on-location videos that we do while we're at Walt Disney World. Plus, we'll give you some travel tips and advice you can use on any vacation. For those of you that don't know me, I'm the host of the broadcast TV show, All Aboard TV. I will say co-host because my wife works with me as well. She's behind the camera now. I also host the Disney Travel Secrets podcast. We own a full-service travel agency, and we wrote the book, Just Add Water, Your Guide to the Ultimate Cruise Vacation. The reason I'm telling you that is because if you don't already know us, I want to let you know that pretty much everything we do involves either travel or video production. For over a year, I've been telling myself to do more videos, and I've always had this mental block, and I'll tell you why. It's because when we're doing our TV show, there's a lot of pre-production, choosing the location, doing all the script writing, and not to mention the actual filming and then all the post-production. And I see how much my wife goes through when she's editing. I'm like, wow, what do I have to do just to do the short YouTube videos? One of my biggest hurdles was I didn't know where to do it. Right here, I'm sitting on my couch in our condo in St. Petersburg, Florida. But my initial thoughts were, do I need to buy a backdrop? Do I need to choose a location? Audio and lighting were not an issue because that's what we do for a living. But the other things I was really hung up with, what should I say? How long should it be? And really it was the set location. All that ends now. I'm going to come to you every week with the things I talked about earlier, our Disney recap on the podcast, and also some Disney insights, also the latest things going on at Disney. When it comes to video content, there are two types. Evergreen, meaning it's not time sensitive, it just kind of lasts forever. And then there's non-evergreen. It might be a Disney resort special or a park ticket or package special that is for a very limited time. Don't worry, we'll let you know when it's non-evergreen. On today's episode, you're going to drive with us as we drive into the Walt Disney World Resort, headed to Port Orleans Riverside, which is one of our favorite moderate resorts. There are only 4, but Port Riverside is definitely, I would say it's number 2. French Quarter's number 1. There's just something about when you first get on Disney property, whether it's your first time or your 100th. We've stayed on Disney property at least once a month for the last 17 months in a row. And if you've just listened to our latest Disney podcast episode, number 46, you know that we stayed at Port Orleans Riverside for New Year's Eve. And when you're staying on a resort, there's 2 areas you can choose. It's either Alligator Bayou or the Mansions. Alligator Bayou is the Louisiana swamp feel, whereas the Mansions is more like a southern plantation. And we just prefer Bayou just because it's location to the main buildings and it's just a really cool look. A few of the reasons that we love Port Orleans Riverside, it has a very laid-back atmosphere. It's less hectic, less busy, even though it's a very large resort, and there are usually less kids there. Now for our tip when it comes to any of the moderate resorts, any of the 4, is always ask for a corner room. Now, the moderate resorts are the mid-level, value being the entry level and deluxe being the top level. But the moderate resorts, you can request a corner room, and here's a tip that even a lot of the cast members don't even know about. When you get a corner room, you get 2 windows, one at the front and then one on the side, depending on which side of the building you're on. And I can tell you that makes all the difference. It's just that much more light, and the room itself just feels bigger. Like I said, even the cast members, many of them do not know that. At the resort, there are so many things to do. If you want to take a Surrey bike and just relax and ride around the pass, you can rent a horse-drawn carriage. But one thing you don't want to miss is Yehaa Bob.
Let's go, man!
Keep in mind, he's only there Wednesday through Sunday, so make sure that you're not trying to go see him on Monday or Tuesday. But you can get his autograph on a picture, and I think you'll really enjoy that. On this last trip, we had our first opportunity to ride in a minivan. If you're not familiar with those it's a Chevy SUV, a Chevy Traverse, and it's red with white polka dots, and it really looks like a minivan. By mini, we mean M-I-N-N-I-E, not the traditional minivan. And also, here's a quick clip of an actual accessible, wheelchair accessible minivan that we had never seen before. I've seen minivans all over. We took our first ride on this past trip, but I've never seen an accessible one, and it is a great idea, especially for those, whether you're in a wheelchair or a scooter. Without going into all the details of how the minivan service works, one of the great reasons to use it as opposed to Uber or Lyft is that they already have car seats ready to go. And if you're gonna get a car seat with Uber, they'll charge you extra money. Join us next time when we head to Disney's Pop Century Resort next week for my birthday. We'll get some footage for you and we'll share that as well. So thanks for watching. Click below and subscribe to make sure you don't miss any of our weekly video series here. Until then, visit us on our Facebook or Instagram pages, which is Disney Travel Secrets, or you can watch us on the live broadcast platform Periscope. But keep in mind, we're under the name All Aboard TV there, just like we are here on the YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and don't hesitate to reach out if you have any Disney questions or any other vacation plans you'd like help on. Until then, have a magical day.